Imagine a world where the buildings we live and work in contribute to saving our planet. This is not a distant dream, but an urgent necessity in our fight against climate change. As we gaze towards the horizon of the next 30 years, the number of urban dwellers is expected to skyrocket by an additional 2 billion. This urban expansion necessitates a surge in new homes, offices and infrastructure. But here's the catch. The materials we've traditionally used to construct our urban world, concrete, steel, glass and bricks, are not as innocent as they seem. These materials are among the silent culprits, contributing a significant 9% to global CO2 emissions. It's like building with blocks of climate change. Each new home, each new office tower leaves a carbon footprint that echoes in our atmosphere. We're constructing a future, yes, but at what cost? It's a cost that our planet and consequently we humans cannot afford. This is the harsh reality of our urban development. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's a potential silver lining in this cloud of CO2. Innovation, technology and forward thinking are joining hands to pave a new path. A path of evolution for the construction industry. A path that veers away from the concrete jungles and towards greener pastures. The construction industry must evolve. It's time to turn to more sustainable alternatives. Our buildings must do more than provide shelter. They must become active participants in our battle against climate change. It's time to build a future where our homes and offices are not just structures, but solutions. Stay tuned, because in the next chapter we're going to dive into one of these promising alternatives. You won't want to miss it. Enter mass timber, a possible hero in our tale of sustainable construction. So what exactly is mass timber? Well, it's a type of engineered wood which uses multiple layers of lumber stacked crosswise and bonded together, resulting in a strong, versatile material. It's not your everyday timber. This is timber on steroids. What really sets mass timber apart is its strength. It's robust enough to give concrete and steel a run for their money, making it a viable option for constructing office towers and apartment blocks. But it's not just about strength. It's about the promise of a greener future. Unlike conventional materials, mass timber emits significantly less CO2, making it a more sustainable choice. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great, but who's actually using it? Well, let me tell you, some of the biggest names in the business world are boarding the mass timber train. We're talking about companies like Walmart, Microsoft and Google. These industry giants are not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk, opting for mass timber in their construction projects. They're putting their money where their mouth is, investing in a future where buildings are built not just for us, but for our planet too. On the surface, mass timber seems like the perfect solution. But like any good story, things are not as simple as they seem. Determining the exact carbon savings of building with timber is a complex task. It's not as simple as just swapping out steel and concrete for wood. To fully understand the carbon savings, we need to consider the entire life cycle of a timber building. This includes everything from the logging of the trees, to the manufacturing of the timber, to the construction of the building, and even its maintenance. Let's start with logging. While trees are a renewable resource, not all logging practices are sustainable. We need to consider the impact of deforestation and habitat destruction, as well as the emissions from transporting the logs to the mill. Then there's the manufacturing process. Turning logs into mass timber requires energy, and depending on the source of that energy, it could contribute to carbon emissions. Next, we have the construction phase. While timber buildings are generally lighter and require less heavy machinery, we can't ignore the emissions from the construction site. And finally, there's maintenance. Timber buildings may require more upkeep than their steel and concrete counterparts, which could lead to additional carbon emissions over the building's lifetime. To help navigate this complexity, there are tools like Tally LCA and One-Click LCA. These tools allow designers and clients to assess the environmental impact of their timber designs, taking into account all these factors. They're a crucial part of making informed decisions about the sustainability of mass timber constructions. So, while mass timber holds promise, it's clear that we need to dig deeper to truly understand its impact. The journey to carbon savings is a complicated one, but it's a journey we must undertake if we are to build a sustainable future. Despite the complexities, the potential of mass timber cannot be ignored. As we look towards a future where environmental sustainability is not just an option but a necessity, this powerful material stands out as a beacon of promise. The need for new homes is increasing at an unprecedented rate. Over the next 30 years, we're expecting an additional 2 billion people to move into urban areas. That's 2 billion people in need of sustainable, eco-friendly housing. Now picture this. Cities filled with towering structures, not of concrete and steel, but of mass timber. Office towers, apartment blocks, and even commercial spaces all made from this renewable resource. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, it's a dream that companies like Walmart, Microsoft, and Google are already making a reality. But it's not just about building with timber. It's about understanding the full environmental impact of this material. From the moment a tree is logged, to the manufacturing process, to the construction of a building, and even its maintenance, every step matters. This is where life cycle assessments come into play. These tools, like Tally LCA and One-Click LCA, are helping designers and clients to estimate the carbon footprint of timber buildings. They are the key to unlocking the true potential of mass timber, but we're just scratching the surface. Innovation in this field is crucial. We need to dive deeper, ask more questions, and conduct more research. We need to understand how we can maximize the benefits of this material while minimizing its environmental impact. Mass timber could very well be a game changer in sustainable construction. But it's clear that we have much more to explore and understand. The future of mass timber is bright, and as we continue to innovate and push boundaries, who knows what amazing possibilities we'll discover. So here's to the future of sustainable construction, a future built on mass timber. Our journey into the world of sustainable construction and mass timber has only just begun. We've traversed the urgency of sustainable construction, learning how our urban populations are set to rise by 2 billion in the next 3 decades. We've explored the promise of mass timber, an alternative to traditional construction materials that contribute to 9% of global CO2 emissions. We've delved into the complexity of carbon savings, acknowledging that determining the exact carbon footprint of timber buildings isn't straightforward. We've envisioned the future of mass timber, appreciating that companies like Walmart, Microsoft, and Google are already harnessing its potential. But this is just the surface. The world of sustainable construction is vast and ever-evolving. We encourage you to delve deeper, to ask questions, to challenge the norm, support initiatives that promote sustainable construction, advocate for companies that are making strides in this field. Remember, the buildings we construct today are our legacy for future generations. Let's ensure it's a legacy we can be proud of. Before we wrap up, we have a small request. If you're interested in green technology solutions and want to stay updated on the latest developments, consider subscribing to our channel. Green Tech Goals. Our mission is to bring you the latest in sustainable construction and renewable energy and other green technologies, and we need your support to continue doing so. Together, we can build a greener, more sustainable future for generations to come. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications of our latest videos. Until next time, stay green and keep pushing for a sustainable future.